Hey there, GaryMeek coming to you. Kind of wanted to share some information. I've been in the real estate industry for 19 years. GaryMeek, now brokered by EXP. In that 19 years, I've done some mortgage. I worked for a couple of small real boutique Sitzer realtors. I worked for a company called Connect Realty for a short period. And then my business partner and I started a company called New Vision Realty Group. It went for about 8 years, and then we just recently merged with a pretty good sized company called EXP. Company doing really different things, all 50 states, 9 provinces, Canada, and 19 countries as of this recording. And it was just time for us to make a change. It was the right fit, and man, it was pretty amazing. And at least it has been so amazing so far. But anyways, like I said, my goal today is to share with you information on how to prepare for your real estate test. So you've probably taken principles and practices, and then you've got your electives. So finance, escrow, title, property management, appraisal, whatever it might be. But the next step for you is after you've taken those, you got to apply for your state test. Now, some of you will say, hey, I've already got a broker, and I got a friend, a family, I've interviewed at Keller Williams, whatever it is. You have signed paperwork from that broker saying, hey, here's who I'm affiliating with. And one quick note, I would highly recommend anybody and everybody, even if you're getting into mortgage or getting into real estate, either one, go out and interview 2 or 3 brokers. There's so many different options out there. There's teams, splits, flat fee. Go out and talk to a couple different brokers. Make sure you're making the right decision for yourself. Like I said, we chose EXP, that was us, but I also have worked for different places, and some of those were a time of life where I was at in my career. But you need to make the right decision for you. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about EXP, you're more than welcome to reach out to me directly. My information's obviously below in the chat bar, email address, phone number, text message, whatever works best for you. But as you're getting ready, you're filling out your paperwork, you're turning it into the state, then you're waiting for your state test. State test could be a couple weeks out, a couple months out. With COVID, man, it was 3 months out for a couple people. And then I have some friends who were on a wait list and got in about 2 or 3 weeks. So actually got a friend of mine taking their test today. He's a mortgage guy. He's been doing mortgages for a while. He's getting his real estate license, which will just help him be a little bit more effective in doing mortgages. So, like I said, you're going to fill out some paperwork, whether you have a broker or not. So you're going to take the state information. You're going to have a couple weeks to prepare. What are you going to do to prepare? I always recommend a website. There's like a $59, a $79, $99. It's called Prep Agent. Link below for you guys to go ahead and click on. We recommend to everybody. Our front desk lady got her license, probably been almost a year now, but got it for her as one of the things we just did as an employee. And man, telling you, all she did was study. She had it on her app. She had it on her computer. Every waking moment, she just had lists and lists and lists of quizzes and tests and questions to answer. The interesting thing about the real estate test is you're going to learn a bunch of stuff. Yes, there's tons of stuff in those books that you need that we're going to help you to take this test. And you're going to take the test, and then ultimately about 5% of what you're going to learn is going to apply and move forward into selling real estate, which just seems kind of crazy, but it is what it is. So really, real estate is relationships and learning the contract, having confidence in yourself. And like I said, that will be taught through coaching, mentoring, training as you get into real estate. But for right now, just taking the test, it's all down to rote memory. There is a lot of questions that you will see in your real estate test, about 150 questions. You have to get 105 right, which is 70%. When I took it, it was hard copy, fill in the bubbles. Now I hear it's all computer. You're typing in on a computer or laptop, something like in the desk. And when you walk out, I believe they give you your results right then and there. With COVID, maybe things are a little bit different, but that's what I've heard in the last year or 2 or so. But anyways, Prep Agent, that is one of the places that I recommend. Like I said, it's got a $59, a $79, $99. We get the $99. It's good for a year. If you fail your test, you get to utilize it again, and you can retake. And those are usually a little pretty quick. I do know somebody that took them. I want to say 4 times to pass. But hey, you know what? Some people aren't good test takers, so that's why I wanted to share this with you guys today. Prep Agent. list of questions. And here's the crazy thing. Some of the questions you will see will be word for word what is on the test. Now, I'm not saying everything. And you may not be a good test taker. I'm not amazing in school setting. So I have a couple other things that I recommend to people. Like I said, first and foremost, Prep Agent, fantastic. Just go ahead and click on the link down below, take you right to it, and get you set up. Use every waking moment. If you got to work a day job, fine. Spend an hour, 2, 3, 4 if you feel like you need to every night when you get home, weekends. But here's the thing, don't just do it over and over and over again. You got to be able to do it sequentially. Take some breaks in between. Don't let your mind get just overwrought with too much information. The other thing I would recommend is the night before your test, take the night off. Do not cram the night before. When I took my broker's test, I actually failed the first time. Now, I had little kids at that time and I couldn't study at the level I needed to, but I studied the week before that test, including the night before, and I just had too much information in my head. So what I recommend is, like I said, for weeks upon weeks, study. But the night before, let it all out. Let go of it, have a nice night out, watch a movie, kind of clear your head. I also recommend a great night's sleep, a good breakfast in the morning. I'm an early riser. I got no problem waking up at 6 and getting to a test at 9. But some of you a little bit later, if you get a 12, get a 1 o'clock, and make sure you can get up, be alert, have a cup of coffee, whatever works for you, Mountain Dew. That's my favorite thing. Anyways, make sure you're rested, caffeinated, fed, and go in there prepared. Go in there just with a clear mind, do your best. One of the things that I will recommend is I get a sheet of paper, I draw 2 lines down it, and I recommend that everybody go through the test and answer the questions you know. As you're going through it, hey, I know 1, 2, 3, I'm pretty good, as we go through it, but you're gonna find something you're like, man, A and B both look pretty good, or A and C both kind of look like, so we call those 50-50s. Write those down in the first column. If you go, hey, I'm pretty close, I kind of know, it looks like a 50-50, write it in column 1. No big deal. Write it and pass on it. Answer the ones you know. And then you're gonna get to some and go, wow, I've never seen this question, or I saw it once, but I don't really remember it. Write those down in the second column or the middle column. And then when you get to a math problem for some people, really difficult. Others, write it down, they pencil it out, they can calculate in their head. I can't remember if they let you bring calculators. I know you're not gonna be able to bring a phone in. If you have a basic, punch calculator, 9-digit calculator, maybe you can bring that with you. But I don't know exactly, like I said, with the new computers that they have, what you'll be allowed to bring in. So first column, 50-50s, middle column, oh crap, I don't know. And the third column is your math problems. Save the math till last. I think you're gonna have 2.5, 3 hours. You've got 150 questions, you need to get 105 right. That's 70%. So if you go through and answer the ones you know, and you go through 150 and go, hey, I got 70 of those. That's half, right? So you're at 50% with what you're pretty confident in. Then you go back to your 50-50s and you read the questions again. And what you'll find is, hey, there was a couple other questions that helped me remember that it's A, not B, or it's C, not all of the above. So go through and then answer your 50-50s. My guess is that by the time you finish what you already know and your 50-50s, you should be at about 100 questions, 105 questions, maybe even 110, which is gonna give you great confidence that, wow, I'm doing pretty well. Then you go to your, oh my gosh, I have no ideas. And I bet you a couple of those are gonna pop out and you're gonna remember, oh yeah, I know what the square footage of an acre is, or I know what a township is, or where the markers are on the property, or what riparian rights were. There's gonna be a few things that pop up, and the rest of them, I've always been told, taking any kind of multiple guess test, you pick C and go through the rest of them. And then you take your last time and you work on the math. So I only had a couple math questions in mind, 2, 3 maybe. I've had people tell you that they have as many as 10. But if you have, hey, I'm 2 hours in, I got a 30 minutes or an hour, and all I've got is 10 questions, they're all math, that's a pretty good place to be. You're gonna feel super confident in yourself and your abilities. Do the math, and then if you want to, you can go back and kind of preview everything, review everything, and feel confident that, hey, you know what? I'm gonna pass this first time. So I don't know if this works for you guys, but I hope it does help. I'm here to just share this information. Check out our YouTube channel. Check out some of the other things on our YouTube channel. How we list as a company, as a team, what we do to help our buyers out, how we assess market values, different things. Love to share my information with you. I wish you the best of luck out there. And if you ever have questions about our team, what we offer, love to share with you, buy you a cup of coffee, treat you to lunch. Like I said, Prep Agent down below, hit there, and then also hit the like button if you like the content and appreciate it. Have a good one. Feel free to share it. Take care now. Bye-bye.